All right, so you're thinking about moving to Hamilton, Ontario, but don't know where the best neighborhoods are or where the neighborhoods you need to avoid are. Well, in today's video, we're going to be discussing some amazing neighborhoods that have fantastic schools and great parks for your family to enjoy, but we're also discussing some neighborhoods you might want to reconsider based on a variety of factors. So the very first thing, oftentimes when I'm talking with a client about moving to Hamilton, Ontario, that comes to their mind is the Steel City reputation Hamilton has because of its long history with its industrial manufacturing of steel. And that brings me on to the very first neighborhood you might want to reconsider, and that is the industrial sectors, as these industrial sectors are located on the inside of the Hamilton Harbor on the north end of Hamilton, just outside of the downtown core. Now, overall here, you're going to find a lot of different great real estate deals, as this is one of the most affordable areas in Hamilton, with the majority of homes built around 1900 and home to a lot of amazing blue-collar families calling it home, who often at times work in these steel factories at either Dofasco or Stelco and find its location quite convenient. As it's a pro to some, it's a con to others being this close to the manufacturing and industrial sectors, as not only will you just have the appearance of the industrial setting, but you'll often have loud, heavy trucks on the busy roads. Now, other than the industrial area, one thing about this neighborhood I absolutely love is it's home to Collective Brewery Arts, which is a fantastic brewery offering amazing different beers and ciders, as well as fantastic artworks for you to enjoy. Now, this is just one of the many neighborhoods located in Hamilton. If you're interested in learning more, make sure you keep on watching. But if you're new here, my name is Matthew. I'm a local realtor, and this is my channel where I share everything about what it's like living in Hamilton and the surrounding cities. So if you're interested in moving here, feel free to send me a message. I'd be happy to help you out. But other than that, let's dive on into the next neighborhood let's discuss, which is far removed from this industrial and manufacturing sector, and that is Sydenham in Dundas. And this is located just outside the small downtown strip of Dundas, right against the Valley Wall. And this neighborhood has a lot to offer. As first, you have Dundas Driving Park, which is one of the most popular parks throughout Dundas, as there's just so much to do, as you have a variety of different baseball diamonds, tennis courts, lawn bowling, as well as a classic big jungle gym and splash pads. But also in the wintertime, this turns into an outdoor rink. But it also has some amazing schools like the St. Augustine Catholic Elementary School. And then for the real estate, the majority of these homes here were built in the same time period of the 1900s, with offering that old world charm but brand new finishings on the inside. And I know a bunch of families who enjoy living in this neighborhood here. Then another neighborhood that has a reputation within Hamilton is Barton Village. And Barton Village at one time used to be thriving with a lot of different great local businesses here, especially when the steel mills were in their heyday. However, now as you drive through this area here, you'll notice a bunch of storefronts boarded up, as unfortunately lots of businesses have had to close up their shop now. And as a result, you're just going to find a bit more rundown buildings in this area here, as well as a few more at-risk people in this neighborhood. And overall, this is one of the areas in Hamilton that is slowly seeing the gentrification going on. However, it's not been as rapid as some other areas. Now, with that said, there's still plenty of historic homes with beautiful buildings in the area just waiting to get their polish. And even then, there's still a few thriving businesses, with more and more popping up as we continue to see that gentrification going on, creating more unique history in Barton Village. But other than the businesses in Barton Village, you're also home to Tim Hortons Field, where you can walk to a home game of either the Hamilton Tiger Cats or the Forge FC. Then as for the real estate, mainly you're going to find the detached homes here that were built between the 1900s to 1950s, with a lot of those blue collar workers living in this area here, as it's also just a short drive away from the industrial sector. Or what you'll find is investors have bought this property and split this detached home into a duplex or triplex, renting it out to a variety of different tenants. Now, another neighborhood that I often get asked questions about is Spring Valley in Ancaster. And this is located just a short drive away from Ancaster's Village, and offers some amazing schools, as not only do you have St. Anne's Catholic Elementary School, but you also have the brand new public elementary school in New Spring Valley Public Elementary School, and it's also home to Ancaster's Public High School. All of these schools are on the top of the Fraser Institute rankings. But but it also offers some amazing parks. In particular, you have Robert E. Wade Park, which has 4 different baseball diamonds, as well as a variety of different soccer fields, and it's also home to the Morgan Firestone Arena, offering some hockey rinks. And then as to the real estate in this neighborhood here, you're mainly going to be finding large detached homes sitting on great sized lots. Now, depending on which street they were built will depend on where it was primarily built, as some were primarily built in the 70s, others in the 90s, or in the 2010s. Then throughout the neighborhood, you'll also find some small pockets offering townhomes or low-rise buildings. Now, due to its great location and amazing amenities offering in this neighborhood, it's one of the more expensive neighborhoods within Hamilton. Then another neighborhood I get asked about for different reasons is Central Hamilton, as Central Hamilton is located in the heart of the downtown Hamilton, right beside Jackson Square, and it's also home to Hess Village. And for young couples or young singles that love to go out and make the most of an evening, this could be the neighborhood for you, as there's always something going on with a variety of different trendy restaurants, pubs, and bars and clubs for you to enjoy, as well as you have a variety of different special events and festivals that happen in this area here. However, with all these pros also comes some cons, as first and foremost, here is typically where you're going to be finding the really party hotspot in Hess Village in Hamilton, with loud music playing on into the night. And as the night goes on and more drinking happens, this could lead to a higher chance of some poor decisions being made. Now, I'll say in the recent years, Hess Village has really cleaned up its act. However, it's like any downtown rowdy core that something's always going to be up. Also in this neighborhood here is typically the highest foot traffic area. So as a result, not only is it just going to be busier on the streets, but you're also going to find a lot more at-risk people in this area here. Now here, it's also home to Jackson Square, which is a massive mall and one of the flagship malls in Hamilton, offering a variety of different stores for you to shop at. But you also are going to find a lot of newer developments going on here as more money gets invested into the Hamilton downtown core. So if you're looking for a pre-construction project, this could be an area that's decently affordable for you to get in at. Then, other than all the condo buildings offered, you're going to find a lot of those historic heritage red brick homes in this downtown core here that have been typically split up into a duplex or a triplex, leasing it out to some tenants. Then let's talk about the next neighborhood that actually overlooks the downtown core in Eastmount. Now, Eastmount is located just on the edge of the mountain, and it gives you easy access through the Sherman Axis or the Upper Wellington Street. And here you're gonna find a little downtown street, let's call it, on Concession Street, which has some of my favorite local spots, as not only do you have the Dirty South, the Speedy Subs, and Caribbean Canada, but it's also home here to the Juravinski Hospital, making it a perfect location if you're looking to get a healthcare job as a doctor or a nurse who wants to be within walking distance. But if you're an investor, it's also a great neighborhood with a lot of short-term rentals as well as long-term professional tenants. And the majority of real estate in this area here is going to be bungalows or 1.5 stories homes, which were primarily built in the 1900s, often sitting on deep lots with their driveway extending through the whole lot. And in this neighborhood here, you also have one of my favorite parks to have a picnic in, the Sam Lawrence Park, and just take in all its amazing escarpment views. So if you have a question about this neighborhood or other ones we discussed so far, feel free to send me a message. But the next neighborhood you should be aware of is Parkview. And this is both east and west, as these neighborhoods are centrally located for getting around the city, as not only are you right beside the QEW, which will take you to Burlington when you go over the Skyway, or you can rip down the QEW to get easy access to Niagara Falls, or you can jump on the Red Hill Valley and head up to the mountain. But here is also home to the Red Hill Trail Lookout Point, which offers a variety of different trails for you to hike through, and even a red bridge extending over the QEW, connecting you to Confederation Park. Now, one thing you should know about this neighborhood if you're considering moving here is that it's right beside the Woodward Avenue wastewater treatment plant. Now, for myself, for someone that doesn't have a fantastic sense of smell, I don't really notice it, to be honest with you, but I know for my girlfriend, when we were driving through here, she definitely noticed it. So I'd highly recommend, if you're thinking about moving here, to definitely take a drive through and see if it affects you or not. Then the next neighborhood you should know about is Westdale. And Westdale is located right beside McMaster University and is home to a lot of McMaster University students. And as someone that went to McMaster and spent a ton of time in Westdale, I can truly say I love this neighborhood here, as not only do you have the great charm of all the homes, the walkability to all the amazing local businesses in Westdale's village, the great green spaces that Westdale offers you, but it also comes with some negatives in the sense of the university activities that happen, as not only are you just going to find more backyard parties happening in this neighborhood here, as well as some bigger events happening around homecoming and Frosh Week. And in the recent years, Hamilton, or McMaster specifically, has been in the news for some parties getting out of hand with lots of rowdy students on the street. Now, no damage has happened. However, it's just one day with a lot of students drinking that you definitely should be aware of if you're thinking about moving to this neighborhood here. So if you want to learn more about Westdale or other best neighborhoods within Hamilton, Ontario, the next video I recommend you go check out is my video going over exactly that. So you can check it out right here. And if you're thinking about moving here and want more one-on-one help, feel free to send me a message. Otherwise, I'll see you off in the next video.